Welcome to Wisdom Education Services. This video is copyright. Today we will do another writing task 1 for the academic module of the IELTS test. Now we've done a lot of bar charts and pie graphs, so this time we're going to do a process chart. If you see, this is a very interesting figure that is given in front of us. The following diagram illustrates, that means shows, the process of making tea. Elaborate the same process step by step by using not less than 150 words. So let me remind you again that the time limit for this task is 20 minutes and the minimum word limit is 150 words. So you have to write at least 150 words. However, the upper word limit is not specified, so you can go to the maximum limit that you can in 20 minutes. Now remember, every writing task has a format. There is an introduction, there is a body, and then you have the conclusion. So what do you think would be the body of this figure? First of all, we will introduce by telling the reader what is the figure given in front of us. Then we will write down the steps. Step by step, we will explain the process. And in the conclusion, we will just summarize whatever we have written in the entire essay. Let's go ahead and start writing the introduction. So this is a simple diagram. Let's go ahead and write that down. The diagram elaborates the simple procedure of making tea. So this is the information. The diagram elaborates the simple procedure of making tea. There are 4 steps that have been described in detail. Now we will give information what each step contains. Each step contains a picture of the process and the ingredients that go into making the tea at that point of time. So this is our introduction. The diagram elaborates the simple procedure of making tea. There are 4 steps that have been described in detail. Each step contains a picture of the process and the ingredients that go into making the tea at that point of time. So let's just go ahead and count the number of words which we've used till now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So approximately 25 till here, 30 till here, 35 and 40. So there are 40 words in our introduction. Let's go ahead and start the second paragraph, which will start our body. Now before writing and before beginning to write the next paragraph, let's just take a moment and think and plan how we are going to divide the body of this writing task 1. One option is to write all of these 4 steps in a logical sequence, one after the other, or we could devote one paragraph to writing the step 1 and step 2, and a second paragraph for writing the step 3 and step 4. So I think it would be better if we can go in just one body paragraph, because there is not a lot of information that we have to express in little words, but rather simple, basic, limited information. So let's go ahead and start by describing step 1. Step 1 of the diagram. Now remember, spellings have to be correct, because wrong spellings make a difference in your grammar and it will help in deduction of marks. So if you want to achieve a good balance score, take care of your spelling. The step 1 of the diagram shows a soft span. Now the span in which you're making tea is called a soft span, so we're writing this a soft span over tea, or soft span. That is step over heat. Now, instead of writing step 1, you can say the first step of the diagram. So one thing to notice is that you do not have to make capital alphabet just in the middle of the sentence. This is a very common mistake that students make. Capital letters should only start a sentence, like capital A, capital K, capital K here, and capital K here. In the middle of the sentence, you do not have to just start writing the first alphabet of every word in capitals. That is not fair. So the first step of the diagram shows a saucepan that is kept over heat. There is water in the saucepan which has to be brought to a boil. Now we are not going to write bought here because that is the past of buy, but we have to write brought, which is the past of bring. So it says we have to bring it to the boil. So we have written there is water in the saucepan which has to be brought to a boil. Then 2 spoons of tea leaves have to be added to the boiling water. So this is our first step. The first step shows a saucepan that is kept over heat. There is water in the saucepan which has to be brought to a boil. Then 2 spoons of tea leaves have to be added to the boiling water. Now let's go ahead and describe step 2. In the next step, 2 spoons of sugar have to be added along with a 1/4 cup of milk. Now a 1/4 cup means 1/4. So instead of writing 1/4, just exactly how it's written in the diagram, we're bringing in a new word, a 1/4. So in the next step, 2 spoons of sugar have to be added along with a 1/4 cup of milk to the boiling tea mixture. So this is the first 2 steps of the process. Let's go ahead and count the words. If you remember, we had done 40 words, about 40 words in the first paragraph. Let's count the number of words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So approximately 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40, 45, 50. So I would say about 60 words. So we've already completed 100 words of our writing task 1. That means we're growing great, and we haven't even taken up a lot of time. It's better to start the new paragraph right now because it'll get too lengthy otherwise, and we have to take care of the length, the time, the word limit, all these things. So let's go ahead and start describing step 3. The third step instructs us, because it's giving an instruction that bring it to a boil over here, instructs the maker to bring the final mixture to a boil, or to boil the mixture. After the tea is completely boiled, we have to strain it to remove the solids or to remove the tea. Then in the last step, we have to pour it in a cup. So this is our third and fourth step combined. The third step, take care of spelling mistakes, keep removing them as you go along. The third step instructs the maker to bring the final mixture to a boil. After the tea is completely boiled, we have to strain it to remove the tea leaves. Then in the last step, we have to pour it. Now it's better if you write here tea, otherwise it will be confusing. To pour the prepared tea in a cup. So that is the fourth step ending. And let's go ahead and count the number of words. Till here we had counted there were about 100 words. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 till here, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 140 words are already completed. Let's finish off with the conclusion. Right? So conclusion can be quite interesting one in this case, because we're talking about tea here, which is a favorite for a lot of students, especially ones who have to do a lot of hard work. So let's go ahead and write that down. It can be concluded. Try to avoid words like I can conclude it, or I'm going to conclude that, or we can conclude that. It's better to be a bit neutral and use the passive form. It can be concluded that tea making is a simple process that can be completed in 4 simple steps. The ingredients for a simple cup of tea are water, milk, sugar, and tea leaves. Alright, so this is the conclusion. Let's count the words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 20, 25. So I think we have around 170 words, so that is no problem at all. That is perfect. But before just moving on to the next writing task, let's go ahead and revise this once again. Revision is very important. No matter how accurate you think you've written the writing task 1, there will always be some errors which you can remove in the final revision. So whenever you revise, you have to check first of all the spellings, secondly capital letters, whether you've used them where you wanted to use them, and secondly, don't use capital letters just like that anywhere where you want to. And since I'm typing this right now, but in the IELTS exam you have to write this down, so take care of your handwriting. Plays a very important role. Your handwriting should be very neat, and each and every alphabet should be absolutely crystal clear. So let's go ahead and check. Now the diagram elaborates the simple procedure of making tea. There are 4 steps that have been described in detail. Each step contains a picture of the process and the ingredients that go into making the tea at that point of time. The first step of the diagram shows a saucepan that is kept over heat. There is water in the saucepan which has to be brought to a boil. Then 2 spoons of tea leaves so we missed an E over here, have to be added to the boiling water. In the next step, 2 spoons of sugar have to be added along with a 1/4 cup of milk, which is 1/4, to the boiling tea mixture. The third step instructs the maker to bring the final mixture to a boil. After the tea is completely boiled, we have to strain it to remove the tea leaves. Now this is extra piece of information, but this does not lie outside this diagram. It is pretty obvious that we need to strain the tea so that we can remove the tea leaves. So we can mention that over here. Then in the last step, we have to pour the prepared tea into a cup. Not just in a cup, because tea has to be brought from outside the cup into the cup. Now it can be concluded that tea making is a simple process that can be completed in 4 simple steps. The ingredients For a simple cup of tea are water, milk, sugar, and tea leaves. And I think that's all that we can write in this writing task 1. So you can see there are no grammar mistakes, no spelling mistakes, and there is no other mistake in this. But however, you can keep on improving these writing tasks. This may not be the perfect one according to you, but definitely with correct grammar, with great vocabulary, and with better use of words and grammar and sentence structures, you can improve upon this basic template. So this is just a basic idea of how the writing task 1 should be like. So it's better if you keep on practicing and revising your own work. So this is all for this diagram today. Thank you.